Oh man, this video makes me look so white. No. Hi friends! Yesterday I had a class where we were learning about OCD, but I noticed that my tutor didn't actually define what it was, and a lot of people in my class didn't know what it was. So I thought that I would make a video on what OCD is and the common symptoms that it manifests with, and explain what rituals are and all that jazz. So without much further ado, let's get on with it. OCD happens usually when you have an undiagnosed anxiety, basically. And what happens when you get anxious and you don't know why, people with OCD tendencies will then channel this anxiety into something they can control. So for a lot of people it might be hoarding, or it might be cleaning, or it might be a fear of something, but it's usually something that they think that they can control. For me, it's the sun. Once they've channeled this anxiety into something that they think they can control, they develop what's called rituals. Common ones are washing hands, checking the door's locked 20 times, and checking things a million times before you can go to bed. These rituals, we do them so that we can relieve that anxiety. And it's where you compulsively obsess over things and perform these rituals in order to relieve that anxiety that you've channeled into something when that's really not the cause. With me, I put on sunblock every half an hour, even when I was inside, because I still am scared of the sun, but I'm not as bad as I was. Rituals, what people call them, are just the little actions that people with OCD perform to make themselves feel better. Some really common symptoms that people who have OCD are hot and cold flushes, panic attacks, so elevated pulse. A lot of people with OCD I know are hyper aware of things like time, and often depression can come hand in hand with it, but not always. And one of the other symptoms that I myself have is sensitivity to touch. I don't like people touching me. And also tingling limbs has been noted to be a significant side effect. Now, when OCD is OCD and not just a little habit, is when it's taking over your life. So for example, with me, it was getting to the point where I couldn't even get out of bed, and I was locking myself inside my dark room, to the point where I wasn't even game enough to go to uni, because I was convinced that if I went outside I would get cancer and I would, well, die, basically. And that's when OCD is OCD, when it prevents you from actually living your life. Be careful when you say things like, oh, I'm so OCD, just because you like things neat. Like, no. If you have OCD, you literally cannot function unless things are neat. Or for me, I couldn't function unless I had sunblock on or I was out of the sun. So what can you do if you've got OCD? You need to recognize that you've got it. And the thing with any mental illness is it's got to be you that does it. It's got to be you that goes, yeah, I'm going to go get help. And once you do that, go see a doctor. Often it's treated with medication in companionship with psychologists, so make sure you do that. That's all I got, but I thought I'd give a little lesson. That's what OCD is. It is just anxiety that has been channeled into something that you believe you can control. If you have OCD like me, know that I support you, and I'm proud of whatever you did today that usually you cannot do, or you did despite the fact that you were terrified. I am really proud of you.